Alright, thanks for joining me again. So, where I left off last on this, and it's been a few weeks now, I miscut the pickup cavity here. And what happened was the D string wasn't over any magnet. So, what I opted to do was go ahead and just get some new pickups, and I scaled up to try to do some straight bar 5 strings. Um, Basically so I can actually capture some of what that D string's actually doing at all, rather than just leave it out there in space and crooked. So really the problem is when I set up this angle, I made it a little bit too steep for the overall width of the pickup, and since I centered everything off of these corners, it put it out of space. So just for future note, I would just really need to kind of straighten those up. So I had to go through, recut those cavities, and do all that. There is a little bit of a gap on here in the side, so I'll probably do some level of pickup guard at some point. But for right now, I think what I'm going to do after thinking about this further, so right now I've got this fully set up. Frets are polished, everything's good to go. I think, or at least what I'm thinking, is to take the strings off and pull off all the frets and go fretless with this. All right. Well, that was painless enough. But no, I'm going to have to bring my nut down again to account for the new height. Do need to at least bring it down the distance of where the tang was, so, or the crown. So at this stage, just gotta sand and think of something to fill those holes. Some quick thought. Real quick sanding for this. I decided I think I'm just going to use some plastic wood filler. Maybe not the best solution, but it's going to keep my lines in place to go through and do this, and then basically resand, level, and radius, all that good stuff. So, right. Let's go touch it all in. And I realize some of you might disagree. There might be some more, knocking trolls out there, for especially how this project has gone, which for me has been less than stellar. However, I would say this. I can hide all of these issues and repairs in the my approach in editing, and I'm ultimately choosing not to. So yeah, take that. I'm just going to be letting this dry for a few hours and come back down. I'm probably going to sand it with a lower grit sandpaper than what I did before, which is 220, and see where this leaves me. I've gotten it sanded down now and got it cleaned up, so we're looking right about like that. Still a little ugly down here where I had some pretty nasty tear out, and same with some of the other frets, but in general, I think that's looking all right. Really just hit some mineral spirits over the current fretboard oil. So for this go around, instead of doing the finishing oil, fretboard finishing oil, I'm just going to use some just run-of-the-mill tongue. All right. Give that a while. I'll just be doing this a few times to make sure that the new wood filler is fully penetrated. And we'll string it back up. All right, so we are now completely fretless. I've done 2 extra layers of tongue oil over the top of the fretboard. But the only thing you probably didn't see in general is I did a little bit of a touch-up marker on some of the tear out, just to kind of hide any of the damage. But with that, I was actually able to bring the action down pretty low compared to where it was before without buzzing. So in general, I think that puts this in the space of done. It's going to take some getting used to in order to know where my frets need to be, since I can't go off any level of feel anymore. So I think at this stage I'm just going to call it as it's done. So thank you.